So let's talk business. You want to make $25,000 every single month from copywriting, but you don't know what the next step is. Maybe you're making 5K or 10K a month, but you're looking to get to that next level. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to make $250,000 every single year from copywriting and how to do it in half the time it takes most copywriters to hit $10,000 a month. Look, at this point, I've helped hundreds of copywriters to close premium copywriting clients. So I know what it takes. And just the other day, one of my private clients made $29,000 and he's only been a copywriter for less than 2 years. So what I'm going to share with you is not based on some opinion or some sort of tactical stuff. It's based on real proven observations. It's based on stuff that I've observed and seen a time and time again. So what I'm about to share with you is not based on my perspective or my opinion. It's based on data. It's based on seeing what works for years and years with some of the best writers in the industry. And some of the guys that have come up in the industry so quickly that they're making, like I said, $29,000, and he's only been in the game less than 2 years. So that's what I want to share with you today. It's not easy to get to that level, but if you do what I'm about to share, it's possible, and it's possible very, very quickly if you do it. So let's get into it. Okay, so number one is become the best student. Now, a lot of copywriters at 5 to 10K a month, they get stuck because they drop the student frame. They are a student when they're at 2K, 3K, 4K, because they're learning, I don't know much, but they hit 10K a month and then they get to the point where now suddenly they don't feel like they need to learn as much anymore. They're like, oh, I'm a copywriter, I know what copywriting's like. And I'd highly advise against that because I'm still a student and I make much more than $250,000 a year. And I still feel like I know very, very little. There are so many people that make so much more money than me and they still feel like students too, right? So always be learning, have your cup empty. And I think this is difficult because if you've been so comfortable and you're so used to making $10,000 a month and you're now having to embrace the fact that you don't know anything and there's so much more to learn, it can hurt your ego. It can be painful. It can be oh, I gotta go back to how I felt when I was a beginner, when I felt uncomfortable, when I felt nervous, when I didn't trust myself as much. You don't have to go back to not trusting yourself. You don't have to go back to that point where you were a beginner, but you have to be a student. You have to really start to see things from a place of what do I stand to learn here? I don't know what I don't know. Because I talk to you guys a lot, right? I've noticed that the copywriters at the very beginning of their journey, at 1K a month, they're very comfortable to reach out to me. They're very comfortable to say, hey, Matt, would love help, would love to learn more from you. Learn more, become a student, to get coaching from you. And on the other hand, the guys at 10K a month, they're still reaching out to me. They still say, hey, I'd love to work with you. But it comes from this frame of I kind of know what I'm doing. I just need a little bit of help, And that makes sense. I get it. I was in that space too, but the people that succeed the most, one of my private clients, he makes $25,000 a month. He's got $250,000 in the bank. He's doing very, very well for himself, young dude. And he still talks to me like he's got so much to learn. He's got so much to do. And he doesn't just talk to me like that. I'm not saying I'm the only one that, you need to see it from that perspective. I'm just one of many people in the industry. I've got a lot more years of experience and make more money because I've been in the game a while, but he has that attitude towards everybody that he wants to learn from. He has that, I don't know what I don't know. And I need to get ideas and I need to get advisory and I need to get perspective from other people. So the frame is I'm here to learn. I'm here to drop my ego. I'm here to open up. I'm here to empty my cup and learn as much as possible. Whereas the impression I get from many people at $10,000 a month as copywriters is that they have an ego, is that they know everything already. They just, I don't know, the way that they defend why they're at 10K. I don't know, maybe you've done this. It's oh, I'm at 10K, I'm struggling because I'm not really putting myself out there enough, or I'm not accountable enough, or maybe you just don't know what to do. Is that okay? Maybe it's okay. I'm saying that from a place where I used to be there, right? I used to say oh, I kind of know the industry. I kind of know where I'm just drop it. Just be the student. I would really recommend this. It's I don't feel like I know everything now. I feel like I know less than I ever did. And I'm a millionaire. So at 10K, I really didn't know anything, and it's okay. And that's a good thing, because imagine if you knew everything and you were at 10K, wouldn't that suck? Because you'd be stuck at 10K for the rest of your life. If you knew exactly what to do to get to $250,000 per year, why are you not there? Right? It's pretty straightforward. It's if you knew what to do, you knew how to do it, you knew which order to do things in, you would already be there, but you're not, right? So be the student, embrace it. Like it doesn't actually, in my opinion, like this also bleeds into the work you do with clients. Like clients appreciate having somebody that's in the team that's doesn't know everything, is not a know-all. Like if you work with a business and they're like, you come in there as this like big hot shot that's like gonna change the game, you may have like a little bit of status for a little while. Maybe you somehow manage to charge a couple $1,000s more, but like you're not a team player. People don't feel safe around you. They don't want to share what they actually think because like you're just this big shot. And it's like, no, don't be that, okay? So look for ways where maybe this is affecting you. Like ask yourself honestly, am I maybe boosting my ego a little too much? And I'll share one last story about this. And I'm sticking to this point for a while because we don't talk about this enough in the industry. Like there's so many, like you see it from the gurus have like massive egos. So like it's constantly all about them. Then you see like super successful marketers, they make it all about them too. And it's like, maybe that's what success looks like. Maybe success looks like pretending I'm this big shot. And it's like, for me, I've never had that frame. I've never wanted to have that frame. Like I had it for a very short time when I got started. And one of my coaches actually said to me like, what the hell are you doing? He like pulled me aside and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? What am I doing? Like, I'm doing business stuff. I'm a marketing strategist. I'm thinking about things. He's like, dude, you are like acting like an ass. Like, what are you doing? And it was like embarrassing to face that, to think that people were looking at me and saw me as like somebody that's got an ego. And I was like, that's not my intention. I thought I was just trying to fit in with you guys because you guys are all like, you know, like you guys are cool and stuff. But like, obviously I'm not going to defend it. It's like, clearly I was just trying to be somebody I was not. Like I was trying to have an ego and I was trying to be this big shot. And it stunts your growth because you don't have an opportunity to learn. Because when you're in that phase, when you're in that state, you can't be shown up. You can't have weaknesses. You can't make mistakes. You have to be perfect. And it's like, that's not going to help you, right? If you're already perfect now, then there's no change needed. Then if there's no change needed, then there's no way for you to increase your income, right? So I find that the people that have the biggest ego, like the business owners too, they like stagnate very quickly. They get to a point and then that's it. They just don't grow anymore because the only people they're willing to listen to are people who make more than them. And those people are not always looking for their best interests, right? Like they might actually just be selling overpriced coaching. It doesn't necessarily change your life, right? So drop the ego, become a student. Very, very important. Now, the second thing that you have to accept if you want to get to the next level is copywriters tax. Okay, now copywriters tax is interesting because here's the deal, right? You have to invest 10% of your income, minimum, into developments, personal development, business development. If you think of a client that you work with, right, they'll spend 10, 20, maybe 30, maybe even 40% of their company's revenue, okay, revenue. Money they're never going to see again. They take 20, 30, 40%, and they put it into ads. They spend it on ads, money that they're never going to get back. And they spend it there because those ads generate sales, right? So it's like, well, of course we're going to spend 20% of our revenue. It's business development. We need to get new customers, right? So why don't you see your own business the same way? So if you're making $10,000 a month and you want to get to $250,000 per year, right? You want to make 25K a month, like 10% is the minimum. 10% of your income as a business development thing is a minimum. So like when I was at 10K a month, I probably spent $1,500 to $2,000 a month of my income on business development. Like, and the cool thing is it's before tax, you know? So it's not like you're doing this after tax either. You still have to pay tax. Like nobody resists tax, hopefully. If you're watching this video, hopefully you don't resist like paying your taxes every year. So just consider this another tax. It's a pay to play. Like 10% of your income, minimum, should go into coaching, should go into biz dev, should go into getting new customers. For me, it's like you can get to $25,000 a month without having to spend money on ads. You don't need money for ads. You don't need money for like, you don't have a coaching business, you have a service business, but you do need skills that you probably don't have right now. Like if you're only making 10K a month, you're in the wrong circles. You don't know how to get premium clients. You don't have the skills to get $25,000 a month. You lack sales skills. There's probably a lot of things that you could take to the next level. And if you're not investing every month, and of course time as well, we're going to get to time in a second, but like if you're not investing every single month into biz dev, forget it. That's it. Like this is your cap. Sorry, you want to make, you're at 10K. You want to make $30,000 a month. That's an extra $240,000 per year. and 5K or 10K is too much for you, it's less than 5%. So there's a disconnect for me. It's like either you don't really want to make that kind of money, or you don't believe in yourself enough to actually make the most of what you invest in, because that's probably the real problem. The real problem is like, you don't want to invest the $5,000 because you don't have that $240,000 yet. So you're looking at your income from like the $100,000 per year, and there's a lot of expenses and there's tax, and you're like, well, you know, like if I use $5,000 or if I use $10,000 to invest in a mastermind or coaching or into biz dev, like that's a lot of my income. But if you don't have the confidence that you're going to be able to use that to make more money for yourself, like $200,000 more, either you haven't found the right person to get coaching from, or you haven't found the right mastermind, or something to do with the offer is not valuable. But more often than not, like you can make it valuable. Like I've invested over $100,000 into coaching, and even the bad coaching I had, I found a way to make it valuable. I found a way to get a return from it. So it's not really that, it's more about your own self-confidence, which is so ironic because so many people have this like self-confidence, the issue where they like don't believe in themselves, that they like, I don't really believe I could take a 5K investment and make $50,000 to $100,000 from it. And yet they know everything because they're a 10K. So they're like, oh, I know everything. But yet you don't feel confident in yourself. Like, you see the disconnect? And I tell you this from a place of like empathy, you know, I tell you this from a place of like, I want to see you win because I was there. A lot of my clients were there. And the guys that succeed, the guys that make 20K a month, 25K a month, 30K a month, they're not stingy. They're not scared of using money for growth. Probably wouldn't spend it all on like business class tickets or on expensive restaurants, or they would be careful with their money. But when it comes to business development, no problem. No problem. I was making 10K a month, and 1 month I signed up to $12,000 worth of private coaching. So that's double, that's more than my entire income. So I'm telling you 10% minimum. I invested that month 120% of my income. I broke it up over 3 months to like have the cash flow, but that month I committed to $12,000. That's more than my entire income that month. And guess what? That coaching has probably, that $12,000 for me directly, have probably benefited an additional $300,000, maybe $400,000. And that 12K, that money that I invested back in 2021, over the last 4 years has changed the way I run my business, has given me a lot of my time back because I was doing things using a lot more time than I do now to get the same outcome. Helped me not waste a lot of money too. Let's not even talk about the money I could have lost by making stupid decisions. Yeah, I've made probably about $400,000 from that investment. That's not bad. It's like a 40x on 5 figures. It's a good deal, you know? And that's not even all the money that I've probably helped my clients save, because that coaching, when I learned from that business coach, that mindset performance coach, I have taught that to my private clients. So who knows how much money they've saved and how much money they've made extra because of what I've shared with them. Like, you can never underestimate how powerful business development is, like investing in your business. And it's a write-off. It's a write-off. Like, it's before tax. Just do it. Like, it doesn't hurt. Be okay with that idea. The guys that make millions, like every single person that I've interviewed on my channel that makes good money, like good money, every single one of them is like very, very comfortable investing. I'll tell you one last thing about this. So there's a couple of prospects I'll chat with, like people who want to get coaching from me, and I'll tell them what the offer is. I'll tell them how I work with them. I'll tell them how it's going to be done one-on-one, and I tell them like what their challenges and what we're going to work on together. And the people that don't end up joining or don't end up working with me, what they're usually saying is, oh, like I need to know everything to be ready for this. I want you to think about that. Is that potentially you? Do you need every piece of information before you invest? For me, when I invest, there are 3 things I look for. I look for, so do they have the result I want? Number 1. Number 2, do I trust them as the expert to help me get there? Like, are they good at what they do? Like, do they have good results? Are their clients getting results? That kind of thing. And then the last thing is, can I make the investment work? Like, can I find the funds to invest? That's it. I don't care if it's a coaching program. I don't care if it's a group coaching. I don't care if it's certain modules they put together. I don't care if it's 1 call or 10 calls. Like, I don't care. Like, if you have an outcome that you're promising, that's an outcome I want, and I trust you, and you've helped other people to do it, and then of course I can make it work, I will make it work. But so many people that invest, they're like, oh, I need to know, like, are we going to do a call every week on this at this time? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do, like, why do you need so much information before you can make a basic decision? Anyway, I'm getting into a bit of a tangent here, but basically that's what happens, by the way, when I drink a lot of coffee. We're here at a coffee shop here in Roppongi, Tokyo. It's a really, really cool vibe, really good atmosphere. It's actually very similar to Cape Town coffee shops. So Yeah, I really like it here. Nice coffees, friendly environment, music's great. Anyway, what I'm saying is we've got the money aspect, so 10%. The other thing that you have to expect is to invest 2 to 3 times more time than you previously thought you'd have to. That's like a bare minimum. Like everything that's great requires a lot more time than you expect. You can look at any industry, any business, any vision, any company that has a vision. It always takes them a lot more time, a lot more money, and a lot more hardship and challenges and problems than they ever expected, because you don't know what you don't know. So like if you're at 10K, think of the journey it took you to get to 10K a month. Like you had to go through challenges of getting clients, getting rid of nightmare clients, working alone, burning out. Like you had a lot of challenges to get to where you are right now, probably a lot more than you thought you'd have to, especially because gurus tell you like, oh, 10K a month is so easy, you know? Like you went through a lot to get to 10K. It's the same. Like to get to 25K, it's going to be another journey. It's going to be a lot of stuff you don't expect. It's going to be a lot of things you're going to have to get used to. So expect to invest a lot of time. You don't be like, because copywriters at 10K, they want to have best of both worlds. They're like, oh, I like working 2 hours a day. I want to make $25,000, but I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to work anymore. Like, it's like, really? You're telling me that you want to be part of the top 1% of copywriters? The top 1%, you want to be part of the top 1% of copywriters, and you're not willing to just work regular hours, like not even 8 hours a day. I'm not talking like 15 hours a day. You can be very, very reasonable with this industry. The cool thing is you actually could work probably about 6 to 7 hours a day to make 25K a month, maybe even less. Like when you're good, you can, like when I was doing it, when I was just writing copy, before I was coaching and doing other stuff, like, yeah, I worked like 3 hours a day, I make $25,000 a month. I worked on other stuff. I was building other things. So like for me, I've always been probably working 7, 8 hours a day, always. But the deliverables only took me, for my copywriting income, my deliverables only took me like 3, 4 hours a day. So you can make $25,000 a month from copywriting, working just 5 hours a day, but like there's a disconnect. If you're 10K a month and you're like, oh yeah, I want to make 25K a month, but like, I don't want to stop traveling the world. I don't want to like settle somewhere and stay focused. I don't want to lock in. I don't want to stop going to parties. I don't want to work more. Like, come on. Imagine you had said that on the way to 10K. Imagine you were at like 1K a month and you're like, you know, this is really nice. Copywriting is really nice, but like, I just want to chill, you know, I just want to relax. Like, I like 1K a month. 1K is great, but like, to make 2K a month, like, if I have to work a little bit harder, like, I don't know. Like, come on. Come on. Like, I have to remind some of my clients, do you realize how entitled that sounds? Like the rest of the world, this is a pretty rough video. This is pretty like brutal. You know, these are brutal truths. You need to hear this stuff, you know? It's like the rest of the world's pretty happy working full-time all day, every day, making like $2,000 a month. Like there are people that have 2 or 3 jobs at minimum wage. Do you know how happy they would be if they had the kind of income that we get from anywhere in the world? You could literally write emails in your bed, okay? I'm not saying you should, but you could, right? You could write emails in your bed and be done with it for the whole day. You could just decide on a Wednesday you don't feel like working that day so much, and you could do it. Besides maybe a couple of phone calls, you could get your work done on Thursday and you could just take a long weekend. You could literally like work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just take the rest of the week off and have your calls. If you know what you're doing, you could do it. What industry gives you that opportunity? Like very few. I don't know many, right? So that's like, you have to invest 2 to 3 times more of your time than you expect. So when I hear people say stuff like, oh, I want to make $25,000 a month. Yeah, I want to make more money. Yeah, I want to be successful. It's like, oh, but I also like really kind of like my lifestyle. Like, what? Yeah, I know you do. Me too. But if you want to grow, you're going to have to do more for a while. So get used to the idea of working harder. Get used to the idea of pushing yourself. Get used to the idea of taking your income to the next level requires 2 to 3 times more time than you're probably working. Like right now, you're going to push yourself more. And if you have a coach and you have a community and you have people around you that give you like exactly what you need to do and give you some advice and guidance, you can save a lot of time. And you can save a lot of money. You can save a lot of that time because you don't have to make mistakes on the way there. You can make less mistakes. You can get there faster, but expect to work. Expect to take action to get clients. Expect to get on the phone with people that you're uncomfortable talking to. Expect to meet strangers. Expect to have phone calls with big business owners that are a little bit intimidating. Expect to do projects that keep you up a little bit at night. Expect to tell your family or your partner or your friends like, hey, you know, our relationship means a lot to me, which is why I'm telling you that for the next 3 to 6 months, I'm not going to be as available as I usually am, because I'm on a project, I'm on a mission, I'm on a goal, I want to make more money. I've had a lot of my clients do that. Like a lot of my clients who have kids and family, they'll say to their spouse, like, hey, you mean so much to me. I'm telling you right now, I need to lock in. I need to lock in for a while. I need to build my business. I need to get to that next level so that I can be a better partner and I can be a better parent or whatever. Like, I need that time to lock in, and I'm asking for your support, and I'm not going to be as available as I usually am. That's the price. That is just the price. Like, there's no nice way to put that. That's just the reality. So if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to make it to the next level. You're going to stay at 10K, and that's fine. Like, if that's what you want, that's fine. Like, there is nothing wrong with making 10K a month. It's good. Like I said earlier, many people would be very happy with making 10K a month, but you want to be part of a 1% of people that have flexibility, time freedom, location freedom, and financially doing pretty good. Like 25K a month is not a bad income, right? And that's actually the perfect segue into the last thing I want to share with you. Like, you want to make 25K a month, you need to reject the idea of average or okay, or yeah, it's good, enough. Good enough doesn't exist. It's not this, oh, that's good enough. I would recommend that you avoid that kind of language, because that's when you settle. That's when you say like, oh, I put in some time today, that's good enough. Like, oh, I tried to get a client today, I spent a couple hours, that's good enough. Oh, I wrote this email, it's okay, it's good enough. Like, no. Again, you want to be part of the 1%. You want to make $25,000 a month. You want to be in the top bracket of copywriters. Do any of them like operate on average? 1% by definition is not average. So your belief system has to be upgraded. Your belief system has to be like, I don't accept average. I don't accept the middle ground. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to do this my best. Like, I'm going to give this my best, or I'm not going to do it at all. Like, if you accept projects, are you going to give it your best, or are you going to just coast through the project? Because if you work with a 9-figure business and you coast, you're going to lose the clients and you're not going to get them results, and that's going to look bad for you. In fact, you're going to set yourself back. So kind of both. Can't have like this lax, chill, average, just regular, like, you know. And then also being best copywriter, getting the best results, crushing it for all my clients. Like, you can't have both. Like, you can be average or you can be world class. It's a choice. You choose every day which one you want to be. And there are bad days. Like, I've had days where I'm not inspired. I've had days where I'm not as creative. I've had days where I've been, you know, like on the verge of burnout, and I have to kind of pace myself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your attitude. I'm talking about your internal goals. So reject being average forever. Like, once you realize, like, okay, I'm never going to be average. Like, I'm never going to tolerate average again. Like, you will enter a new level, because the 1% don't accept average because they're part of the 1%. Now, if you want to close premium clients with confidence, you want to know exactly how to do it, I've got a video you can go watch. In the video, I'm going to share with you the 12 ways to close premium clients with confidence, the 12 ways that you can, without doubt, get a premium client. We've tested this with hundreds of copywriters. It always works. These 12 ways always work. Go watch the video, and I'll see you in the next video.